Hi guys, it's MTG here, and today I'm going to be comparing the iPhone X and the Google Pixel 2 XL. Both of these are terrific phones, but they also both happen to be very expensive. So if you happen to be stuck in between the two, I want to help you make an informed decision on which phone is the right one for you. I'll be comparing them in 6 different categories: design and specifications, battery, camera, extra features, overall usability and software, and lastly, price. In the end, I'll see how the two phones stacked up. Let's get right into it. In terms of design and specifications, I'll first look at the Pixel 2 XL. Google has made a noticeable improvement over their previous phones in terms of their design. The front of the phone is Corning's Gorilla Glass 5. There is, like just about every phone this year, an almost bezel-less design. The front isn't all screen though, as it also houses dual front-firing speakers. The actual display is a 6-inch POLED display with a QHD Plus resolution of 1440 by 2880. The back of the phone is mostly aluminum with a glass strip along the top. Google was able to eliminate any sort of antenna lines, and personally, I really like the design of the Pixel 2 XL. It looks clean and professional. Also, since the back isn't mostly glass like other phones, the Pixel 2 XL will be more durable when it comes to back or side drops. Powering the Pixel 2 XL is Qualcomm's octa-core Snapdragon 835 chipset. It has 4GB of RAM and either 64 or 128GB of storage. The iPhone X has a design that is unquestionably unique. It has glass on both the front and the back, and has a stainless steel frame. The screen on the X is a 5.8-inch OLED display with the infamous notch, and a resolution of 2436 by 1125. The glass was advertised by Apple as the most durable glass ever put on a smartphone, but numerous drop tests show that it's still glass and it still breaks easily, which would lead to very costly repairs. But if you've ever held the iPhone X, you'll understand when I say that the phone feels very premium. There's something about the shiny stainless steel and the weight that makes it feel like a very premium phone. Powering the phone is Apple's new A11 Bionic chip that is currently the most powerful chip put on a smartphone. It has 3GB of RAM and either 64 or 256GB of storage. Both are IP67 water and dust resistant. The Pixel 2 XL is a nice looking phone, but the iPhone X has the more premium design, and although the iPhone X does have a camera bump, the phone is seamless and just looks like the more premium phone. This, coupled with its powerful chipset and higher quality OLED display, leads me to give the win to the iPhone X in this category. No matter how pretty a phone is, it has to at least get through most of the day, otherwise it's a useless phone. Luckily, both of these phones have pretty good battery life. The iPhone X has a battery capacity of 2,716 mAh. On the other hand, the Pixel 2 XL has a battery capacity of 3,520 mAh. But when it comes to battery life, there are many factors that come into play other than simply the capacity. Apple has such great optimization on their phones and have very efficient chipsets, completely making up for the 800 less mAh capacity of their battery as opposed to the one on the Pixel 2 XL. In my testing, they both performed about the same. On normal usage days where I mainly use them for social media and calls, they would be at around 20% at midnight. On heavier usage days, I would have to recharge both of them. Both of them are fast charging compatible, but the iPhone X has wireless charging whereas the Pixel 2 XL does not. I expect to see a lot more wireless chargers in public spaces. And because their battery life is about the same, and because they are both fast charging compatible, the fact that the iPhone X has wireless charging gives the iPhone X the win in the battery department as well. I wanted to start off my discussion in the camera category by saying that both phones have terrific cameras. The iPhone X has a dual 12-megapixel camera system with apertures of f1.8 and f2.4. The second telephoto lens allows you to have 2x optical zoom, as well as take portrait mode pictures. The camera can shoot 4K at up to 60 frames per second, and 1080p at up to 240 frames per second. The Google Pixel 2 XL has only one 12.2 megapixel rear camera with an aperture of f1.8. And the camera is capable of shooting 4K at up to 30 frames per second and 1080p at up to 120 frames per second. Using AI and machine learning, the Pixel 2 XL is also able to take portrait mode pictures. The front camera on the Pixel 2 XL is 8 megapixels with an aperture of f2.4 and can take 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Also utilizing just software, Google's latest flagship can take portrait-style pictures with its front camera. The true depth camera on the iPhone X is 7 megapixels with an aperture of f2.2. It utilizes some of the tech used in Face ID to also take front portrait-style pictures. I have an in-depth camera comparison of these phones out already, so check that video out if you want to see more test shots. The iPhone X did have some better shots and does have extraordinarily high frame rates for its videos. But in my testing, the Pixel 2 XL was really close behind, and even the shots that I'd say the iPhone X handled the scene better. But when testing the portrait modes on each phone, the Pixel 2 XL would clearly take the better picture. Personally, most of the pictures I take are of people, so this really stood out to me. You can take front camera portrait mode pictures on the Pixel 2 XL that could come out even better than the back portrait mode of the iPhone X. Also, the iPhone X's front portrait mode never seemed to see my hair as in the foreground. In all other scenarios, an argument could be made for the Pixel 2 XL. And since the 2XL has such a clear advantage when it comes to taking pictures of people, I give the win in the camera category to the Pixel 2 XL. Both Apple and Google don't add features just for the sake of adding them. The Pixel 2 XL and the iPhone X might not have the most features in the world, but the few that they do have work really well. The Pixel 2 XL has dual front-firing speakers that can't be covered if you hold your phone in any natural way. The iPhone X uses its earpiece as another speaker and can create stereo sound as well, but the bottom speaker can be covered when looking at the phone in landscape. The Pixel 2 XL has an always-on display that can show you your notifications and the time. Whereas using Face ID and Raise to Wake, the iPhone X can allow you, and only you, to quickly glance at notifications without having to unlock your phone. Google has implemented a squeeze to activate the Google Assistant feature, and Apple has implemented a dedicated button to activate Siri. Every feature that I just mentioned is executed very well on both phones. And for every cool thing that the iPhone X can do, the Pixel 2 XL also has something to offer. This has led me to decide that the extra features category will end in a tie. Now I'll get into the category that I think is the most important when trying to decide between two smartphones: software and usability. Surprisingly, the iPhone X is now the phone with the steeper learning curve right out of the box. It takes a little getting used to learn all of the different gestures and to learn things that you previously knew how to do, like taking a screenshot and even turning off the phone. But before the end of the first day I got it, I was so used to the gestures to the point where I was accidentally trying to swipe up to go home on my other phones. I appreciate the iPhone X's ability to seamlessly slide between apps. I appreciate being able to iMessage and FaceTime using my number and no additional apps, and being able to instantly just drop a file from my computer to my phone using AirDrop. And I appreciate the massive amount of optimized apps in the App Store. Love or hate iOS, you can also admit that coupled with the new A11 chipset, the phone is incredibly snappy and responsive. But in terms of usability, the iPhone X does have its flaws. I hate how notifications aren't stacked because it makes the notification shade very cluttered. And I don't like how Apple didn't bother to include a fingerprint sensor in another location because frankly, using your fingerprint lets you get into your phone much faster. The Pixel 2 XL and its stock Android Oreo experience shows just how much Android has improved over the years. Android now rivals the cleanness of iOS, but still gives the users more control over the appearance with widgets and launchers. Also, the lack of bloatware on the Pixel 2 XL, along with some optimization on Google's end, has made the Pixel 2 XL incredibly snappy as well. With both, your phone won't stutter on any normal usage, and with both phones, you're getting stock experiences of the two respective operating systems. Yes, the iPhone X has exclusive features like iMessage, AirDrop, and a terrific app store, but the Pixel 2 XL allows you to customize your phone the way you want it to look and feel. Because both phones are incredibly snappy and responsive, and because each operating system has clear advantages but also clear disadvantages, I say that the category of software and usability also ends in a tie. With both phones, it's hard to justify such a steep price tag, especially because they both don't have the features that even less expensive phones have right now. But both Apple and Google weren't selling a phone that had the most features. They were selling a phone that was reliable, worked right out of the box, and stood the test of time. As you know, the iPhone X is priced at $1,000, which is an insane starting price for any phone. The Pixel 2 XL has a starting price of $850, which is also really expensive, but still happens to be $150 cheaper than the iPhone. As I've said in a previous comparison, I won't simply give the least expensive of the two the win because of price alone. I delve into what you get for the money. First off, the iPhone X is fast charging compatible, but the fast charging accessories are not included in the box. For fast charging, Apple recommends you purchase their 29-watt USB-C power adapter, which costs $49, and their USB-C to Lightning adapter, which costs $25. So to be able to fast charge your new iPhone X, you'll have to buy another $74 worth of accessories. Also, with the Pixel 2 XL, Google is providing unlimited storage of full quality pictures and videos with Google Photos for at least 2 years. With the iPhone X, Apple only provides free storage through iCloud up to 5 GB, and any amount after that will cost a monthly fee. Lastly, I'd like to note that the Pixel 2 XL's screen will cost $220 to replace, and its back will cost $160 to replace. Whereas the iPhone X screen will cost $280 to replace, and its back will cost $549 to replace. So beyond the simple price tags of both phones, the Pixel 2 XL wins the category of price because it includes a fast charging cable, includes unlimited cloud storage, and is much less expensive to repair. So it ended in a tie. Something that I wasn't expecting in the beginning, but is something that makes a lot of sense. Let me explain why. In no category did one phone blow the other phone out of the water. I'm not going to tell you that the iPhone X is not worth it, and I'm not going to tell you that the iPhone X trumps all other phones because I disagree with both statements. There is no best phone. Given what someone prefers more in a phone, maybe you can decide which phone is best for that individual, but that doesn't mean that the phone will be the best choice for even that person's sibling or best friend. The iPhone X is for someone that is already heavily engulfed in the Apple ecosystem. There are some people that can't live without the convenience and features of iCloud, iMessage, FaceTime, and even Safari, and that's totally okay. Apple has finally made a new iPhone that has new features, and they finally took a risk in terms of design. Because of this, I have no problem recommending the iPhone X for someone who is already heavily invested in Apple. Those people will believe the phone is worth $1,000 and will most likely love the phone, which makes sense. But for people who are willing to switch, the phone landscape has never looked so intriguing. With the Pixel 2 XL, Google is offering a software experience that is also very snappy and easy to use. They are offering unlimited storage for photos and videos, which otherwise would have been a monthly fee with Apple. Also, the Pixel 2 XL can take better depth effect pictures with its single lens than the iPhone X can with its dual camera system. So basically it comes down to your preferences and operating system and what you want in a phone. Hopefully this video helps you make an informed decision on which phone to buy, but frankly both phones are terrific and you won't be disappointed with either one 2 or 3 years down the line. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm working on a ton of new content right now, so make sure to click the logo down below to subscribe and have the notification bell clicked to stay up to date on my latest videos. Check the descriptions for links to my social media accounts, and as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.